Welcome to VSOW. Today we're embarking on a deep dive into a concept that really touches every facet of your life, the intricate relationship between character and destiny. We've gathered a collection of notes and research, and our mission is, well, to distill these insights for you. We'll be exploring whether good intentions truly pave the way, the foundational role of self-awareness, how virtues and vices demonstrably shape our lives, and ultimately, if your character truly sculpts your future.
That's fascinating, isn't it? Especially starting with that idea.
Mm.
Is just having good principles enough for like strong character. Our sources seem pretty clear that while principles give you a necessary framework, they alone don't guarantee true character transformation, not on their own.
Okay, yeah, let's unpack that. The research highlights that principles often stay, well, kind of abstract, right? They tell us what's right, but character,
Not at
that's
all.
built through actually doing things consistently, day in, day out. It's like knowing the theory of flight versus actually flying a plane. Knowing doesn't mean you can do it skillfully.
Exactly. And the notes really emphasize that what we might call bad character often has pretty deep roots. It can come from habits you've had for years, maybe, or even from, unresolved emotional stuff, drama, maybe. Just deciding on some new principles, even with the best intentions, might not be enough to break down those ingrained patterns.
Yeah, and it's not just those deep issues, is it? Change itself is just hard for all of us. You get comfortable with how you do things, even if those habits aren't really serving you well in the long run. So deciding to embrace better principles doesn't magically make that resistance to changing disappear.
Right. Which brings us to a really crucial point. If principles aren't enough, what else do you need for real character change? Our sources consistently point towards self-reflection combined with accountability. You need to be able to honestly see your own flaws and then, importantly, take responsibility for how your actions affect things.
That makes so much sense. You can't fix something if you don't even realize it's broken, right? That self-reflection, really looking at your thoughts, feelings, behaviors, that's the tool for spotting where you might be falling short.
And accountability, yeah.
Yeah,
Owning your mistakes and their consequences, that's where the real growth can happen, isn't it?
precisely. And building on that awareness, the research really stresses the need for consistent effort. Character building isn't a one-off thing. It's the daily grind almost of practicing virtues like honesty, kindness, patience, self-control. Even tiny steps in the right direction done consistently add up over time. They can lead to huge positive shifts.
It's kind of like learning an instrument, maybe. You can't just read the manual once and expect to be a virtuoso. You have to practice
Yeah.
regularly. Same with character. You got to actively practice being the person you want to be. And our sources also mention how valuable support systems can be, whether that's mentors, supportive friends, family, or even professional help like therapy. Having that external guidance can be incredibly helpful. These systems offer feedback, they support you when you stumble, and they help keep you motivated.
Yeah, knowing you're not alone in it, that can make a huge difference. Having people who believe you can grow and are there for you, that's powerful stuff. And finally, the notes mention the importance of a growth mindset, being willing to learn from mistakes. Seeing failures not as like the end of the road, but as chances to learn and get better.
Exactly. When you see setbacks as learning opportunities, not proof you're inadequate, you can keep going. You keep striving for that positive change. It's about embracing the journey, the ups and the downs.
So, shifting gears a bit, our sources strongly argue that self awareness is really the bedrock for moral development. This ability to look inward seems absolutely fundamental.
Yeah. And what's really insightful is the direct link the sources draw between self-awareness and actually taking those first steps toward moral improvement. That capacity for self-reflection, for genuinely looking at your thoughts, feelings, actions. It's highlighted as essential for spotting your own flaws. You
Yeah.
just can't fix parts of yourself you aren't even aware of.
It's like trying to navigate a dark room without a flashlight, isn't it? Self reflection is that light. It helps you see where you might be tripping up, maybe falling short of your own standards or hurting others without meaning to. And let's be honest, that kind of self assessment isn't always comfortable.
No, it can definitely be challenging. And this connects right into accountability, which the source is also strongly linked to self-awareness. Understanding why you do things and the impact your behavior has is essential for truly taking responsibility. If you don't get why you acted a certain way or what happened because of it, it's way harder to feel genuinely accountable.
Absolutely. And our sources point out that strong self awareness isn't just about finding problems, it also empowers you to make choices that actually align better with your long term goals and your core values. It's like having a clearer inner compass.
Precisely. When you really cultivate self-awareness, you get a deeper sense of what truly matters to you, what your core values are. And that understanding then guides your decisions, making it more likely you'll act in ways that fit those values and contribute to your own well-being and ethical growth.
So self-awareness isn't just some fuzzy concept. It has really practical effects on your moral life. It gives you that crucial insight into where you currently stand, morally, where you need to improve, how your actions affect others, and if you're genuinely living by what you believe is important.
Indeed. Without that foundation of self-awareness, the whole process of moral development would be seriously hampered. It's really the essential starting point for seeing the need for change and guiding your efforts towards building a stronger, more virtuous character.
Okay, now let's turn towards the positive side. Moral virtues and how they connect to happiness. Our sources look at a whole range of virtues and explore how they really influence individual well-being.
Yeah, what's striking is the sheer breadth of virtues mentioned and the different ways they contribute to happiness. Take gratitude, for instance. It's more than just saying thanks. The sources suggest it actively helps you appreciate life and strengthens relationships. And that ultimately leads to greater life satisfaction.
That resonates, doesn't it? When you're grateful for what you have, you tend to focus less on what you lack. And that positive focus can seriously boost your overall happiness. Plus, expressing gratitude definitely strengthens those social bonds that are so vital.
Totally. Then there's love, described as really central to happiness, covering compassion and kindness. It's that basic human connection that creates meaningful relationships and gives you a sense of belonging, purpose.
It's hard to imagine real happiness without experiencing love and being able to give it, isn't it? Those connections just provide so much support and meaning.
Following that, we have hope. That gives you that crucial optimism about the future. Our sources link hope to your ability to push through challenges, and they associate it with better resilience and mental health.
Hope really is like the fuel that keeps you going, especially when things get tough. Believing things can get better is so critical for bouncing back from setbacks.
Next up is curiosity. Might seem less obviously linked to happiness, maybe. But the sources argue it encourages exploring, growing intellectually, having a sense of wonder, promoting a zest for life, even self-transcendence.
That makes sense too. Engaging with the world, learning new things, experiencing discovery that makes for a richer life. That kind of stimulation can be a real source of joy.
Wisdom is another key one, helping you make thoughtful choices, manage emotions, navigate life's complexities with more clarity.
Like having a reliable internal guide for steering through difficulties. That balance and thoughtful decision-making definitely contribute to a more peaceful, happy existence.
Justice, ensuring fairness in how you interact, is also highlighted. Sources suggest it builds trust and harmony in relationships and communities, while also reinforcing your own personal integrity.
Living in a fair society, feeling treated fairly, that's so important for well-being. And acting justly yourself aligns with your values, contributes to that inner sense of rightness.
Temperance, self-control, moderation is crucial for avoiding excesses that lead to dissatisfaction and harm. It's about finding balance in your desires and actions for more sustainable happiness.
Yeah, that idea of not overdoing it, finding the healthy middle ground. That self-control can prevent a lot of future unhappiness.
And finally, courage. Empowering you to face fears and challenges while staying true to your values. It builds resilience and confidence, which are essential for overcoming adversity.
Without courage, it's hard to step outside your comfort zone and go after what really matters. That ability to face fear is definitely tied to greater accomplishment and happiness.
What's particularly interesting is that the sources indicate many of these virtues, especially love, gratitude, curiosity, involve self-transcendence. That feeling of connecting to something bigger than yourself, which is seen as a key part of happiness. And, drawing on Aristotle, the idea of eudaimonia, or flourishing, comes from living virtuously over your whole life, not just fleeting pleasures.
So it seems true happiness isn't just about feeling good right now. It's about leading a life with purpose and meaning, guided by these moral virtues. And research even suggests that actively practicing these virtues might impact your daily satisfaction more than just chasing material stuff.
Indeed, it shifts the focus from outside validation to inner cultivation, suggesting a more lasting path to happiness.
Now let's flip the coin. How do moral virtues and vices actually shape your destiny? It's a powerful idea that these internal qualities can have such a big influence on how your life unfolds.
Yeah, what our sources really emphasize is that your virtues and vices act like these strong forces. They influence your behavior, the decisions you make, the quality of your relationships, and all that stuff together shapes the path your life takes.
So when you consistently practice virtues like, say, honesty and kindness, it naturally builds stronger, more trusting relationships. And those positive relationships can create opportunities and provide support when times get tough.
Precisely. Our sources show how virtues like courage and perseverance help you face difficulties with integrity, often leading to long-term success and stability. And virtues like justice and fairness guide your decisions, making it more likely you'll choose paths with good, ethical outcomes for everyone involved.
Conversely, when vices like greed or envy get a foothold, it seems they inevitably lead to negative outcomes, right? Damaging relationships, creating conflict. It sounds like a destructive loop.
Absolutely. Vices are often shown to lead to self-destructive behaviors, decisions driven by unethical motives. Think about unchecked ambition leading to dishonest actions that can totally undermine long-term success and integrity. And pride can just eat away at inner peace and push people away.
It's a really stark contrast. Virtues seem to build things up, create positive ripples. Vices seem to tear things down, leading to isolation and regret.
Our sources also mention the importance of balance with virtues, referencing Aristotle's golden mean. It's not about being virtuous to an extreme, but finding that healthy middle ground. Avoids the problems of too much or too little.
That makes sense. Even courage, pushed too far, could become recklessness. It's about finding the right balance. And ultimately, it really looks like the choices you make cultivating virtues over vices have a huge impact on your life's whole direction.
Indeed. Those seemingly small daily choices guided by your character, they add up over time and significantly influence the destiny you end up creating.
Shifting focus slightly again, our sources also look specifically at conscientiousness, that quality of being industrious, having self-control, and its link to career success. Sounds like this is a pretty big deal in professional life.
Yeah, it's quite compelling how consistently the sources link conscientiousness to positive career outcomes. It's identified as a predictor of income, job satisfaction, even occupational prestige. It suggests being organized, responsible, persistent at work really pays off.
That lines up with common sense, doesn't it? People who are conscientious are probably more reliable, more likely to hit deadlines, just generally more valuable employees. Not surprising those qualities lead to more success professionally.
And the sources go further, noting that developing conscientiousness in early adulthood is tied to higher career satisfaction later on. It's not just about getting a job, it's about actually feeling fulfilled in your work.
That's interesting. So it implies these character traits aren't just about external markers like salary, but also that inner sense of satisfaction and achievement in your career.
Exactly. And maybe even more encouraging is the finding that positive changes in conscientiousness during young adulthood can significantly impact your career path. This suggests that even if you don't think you're super conscientious right now, it's something you can develop, and those efforts can lead to real benefits in your career.
So it's not fixed. It's something you can actively work on to improve your professional prospects. And our sources really boil it down to influencing key things like work ethic, self-discipline, and just the ability to achieve goals. If you're conscientious, you're more likely to put in the effort, stay focused, and finish what you start.
Precisely. It really highlights the practical advantages of cultivating this specific trait in the context of your working life.
Now let's touch on that really powerful, concise statement from Heraclitus. Character is destiny.
Yeah.
It's a phrase that definitely makes you think.
What's striking about it is how direct it is. It puts a main emphasis squarely on your inner character as the architect of your future. Not just external forces or luck, it really underscores personal responsibility, that your ethical behavior, your willpower, play a huge role in shaping how your life turns out.
It's a very empowering idea, isn't it? It suggests you're not just passively receiving whatever fate throws at you, but rather your choices and the kind of person you are actively drive your life's journey. Puts a lot of weight on individual agency.
Indeed, it implies the qualities you cultivate, the habits you form, the moral choices you make. They aren't just isolated things. They're actually laying the groundwork for your future experiences and outcomes. It reminds you that your character isn't just who you are now, but also what you're becoming.
So keeping that idea of destiny in mind, our sources also tackle a crucial question. Does destiny somehow let people off the hook, morally speaking? And it seems the answer is a pretty firm no.
That's a critical point. Our sources are quite clear. Even if we accept that destiny or external circumstances influence your life, that doesn't reduce your individual moral responsibility. Not for your actions or the choices you make about your character.
The notes mention Heraclitus again, right?
Hmm.
Character is destiny, reinforcing that idea that your character, something you help shape, is what drives your future. So you can't just blame bad behavior on some predetermined fate.
Exactly. And drawing on philosophers like Aristotle, the sources point out that real moral excellence often means overcoming adversity to act virtuously. A tough destiny might make things difficult, but it doesn't justify choosing unethical behavior. Virtue, in this view, is about doing right, even when it's hard.
So no free pass. Just because someone's had a rough life doesn't excuse harmful actions. You're still accountable for your choices, regardless of the circumstances you face.
That's right. Our sources stress that bad character ultimately harms both the individual and society. If destiny absolved you, there'd be no real basis for holding people accountable for the negative results of their actions. Plus, the sources highlight that character isn't fixed. It evolves through your choices, through developing moral courage. This implies that even facing a tough destiny, you still have the power to strive for moral improvement.
So even if life throws major challenges your way, you still have a basic responsibility to try to be a good person and make ethical choices. Your destiny might influence the kinds of challenges you face, but it doesn't dictate your moral response to them.
Precisely. Your capacity for moral agency and the responsibility that comes with it stays intact, no matter the twists and turns of fate.
Finally, our sources really pull these ideas together by looking at the mutual influence between character and destiny. It's not a one-way street. They seem to interact in really significant ways.
Yeah, what's compelling here is seeing this dynamic interplay. Your character definitely shapes your destiny by influencing personal, professional, social outcomes. Traits like conscientiousness, emotional stability, as we discussed, can hugely impact career success. And positive character traits build stronger relationships, contributing massively to overall well-being.
It's like a feedback loop, isn't it? The kind of person you are affects the choices you make, the relationships you form, the opportunities you chase, which then shapes your life's path. And even character traits seen in childhood can predict things in adult life, like education and relationships.
Indeed, your character shapes your values, guides your decision-making, leading you down certain paths and away from others. And as the sources note, even your ability to adapt and grow is influenced by character qualities like resilience. Humility let you navigate challenges and learn, further shaping your future.
But it's not just character influencing destiny. The sources also point out that external factors, genetics, environment, challenges, they play a role in shaping character too.
That's a crucial part to acknowledge. While you have agency, you don't exist in a bubble. Difficult circumstances can certainly test your character and influence how it develops. However, as we've discussed, the sources are clear. Even a tough destiny doesn't excuse bad character. It's often within those challenges that the opportunity to cultivate virtues arises.
So it's this continuous interaction.
Yeah.
Your character guides how you respond to the destiny you encounter, and that destiny in turn can shape and refine your character. And it all comes back to those moral virtues and vices and the profound impact they have on behavior, relationships, ultimately steering you towards different destinies. And it's so important to remember, while good principles are a foundation, it's consistent action and self-awareness that really drive character transformation.
Exactly. It's the active, persistent effort to live those principles daily, combined with ongoing self-reflection and a commitment to growth that forges your character.
Yep.
And in doing so, significantly influences the destiny you create. And this has impacts not just individually, but for society too, as a community's collective character shapes its overall well-being.
We've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive, exploring this really intricate relationship between character and destiny. It seems clear that while, yes, external forces play a role, your inner qualities and the consistent choices you make hold remarkable power in shaping your life's direction. The journey of character development is truly ongoing, isn't it? It demands continuous self-awareness, dedicated effort, and a real commitment to living by virtue. We really encourage you to think about how these insights resonate with your own experiences and the path you want to take.
What remains clear is that enduring message of personal agency, even within life's inevitable challenges. Destiny might set the stage, but your character forged through conscious choices and consistent action is still the main force shaping your individual journey and ultimately our collective future.
Thank you for joining us for this deep dive into the profound connection between character and destiny. If you found this exploration valuable and want to delve deeper into more thought-provoking ideas, please subscribe, like, and comment.
Yeah, we encourage you to keep reflecting on these ideas and how they might apply to your own life's journey.
Thank you for listening to VSOW.